Hey guys, welcome back to 2000 and something.
Joey, I'm so sick, dude.
How sick are ya?
Okay. This is a disaster. But the movie, not a disaster. Okay, pretty good.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think you'll rate it?
6.9.7.
Can't just bump it up that extra 3%.
No, if you go to 7, then it's a solid recommendation. And if you go any lower, then it's a bad movie. I don't know, it's good. I don't regret watching it. I think it's good. I enjoyed watching it. I'll probably never watch it again, though.
Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I have to give it that solid 7. It has like some. I can see how it's appealing to those who like kind of grew up around those times.
Mm-hmm.
Early 2000s kid, for sure would like get the nostalgia from like the Tamagotchis and the tech decks and anything else that they might have spotted that kind of reminds them of when they were younger.
Did you have a Tamagotchi? What's it called? The Tamagotchi? I can say real words.
I think, yeah, it was for sure called a Tamagotchi.
Oh, there you go.
And I didn't have a Tamagotchi. I had a tech deck because, I was the cool kid.
I don't think you were.
No, I wasn't. So, yeah, so I'd give it give it a solid 7. Now, I really don't want to do a breakdown in this video because it kind of does make me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, does it?
Yeah.
Does puberty make you uncomfortable?
Yeah, it makes everybody uncomfortable because everyone's gone through puberty.
Yeah. My voice is currently going through more of puberty than I ever went through as a child. Did you like this movie from the beginning?
Honestly, yeah, the opening, so I didn't like the whole little, "Hi, I'm May May, and this is my blah." I didn't really, that was all right.
I checked out so hard.
It was all right. I was like, this is kind of, okay, yeah, give the audience exposition. But then she did like that whole little dance thing of like it's like the title, basically like her doing that little dance, and it's like awkward. I'm like, oh, cool, I vibe with this. This is honestly kind of funny. And then, like, it had its ups and downs. I just...
Are you a big red panda guy?
I wouldn't... I mean, I've only seen them... They kind of remind me of foxes.
Foxes, okay.
But how they depicted it in the movie, it was kind of more like a traditional panda. Which I didn't mind. I thought it was pretty cool.
It was pretty red. What was your favorite part of the movie?
You know that scene where
Are you going to be saying the word gyration soon?
no.
We're going? Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. I'd probably have to say where she kind of stood up for herself and decided, you know what? I'm gonna keep the red panda. But, okay, cool. You get superpowers and I still don't have any. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Then like she snuck out to the Four Town concert. Honestly, I liked the song they did, but when they say that part and when you something my tummy, I'm like,
You don't like things talking about your tummy?
I know I don't like things talking about my tummy.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
So I did like the Four Town, like the whole concert. I kind of wish we got more of the concert and seeing those guys sing, because I'm kind of like, one of my favorite shows growing up was Big Time Rush, and I don't know, I like the boy band aspect. I just thought, because I've always wanted to be part of a boy band, but I was never really musically talented. I'm all right, but not like BTR. Great.
I'm sure we could get you into one.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can sound good if you put enough auto-tune with them. Billie Eilish. Yeah, I'm calling you out.
Is that your thing? You're going to have a beef with Billie Eilish?
That would be the weirdest internet battle.
She's going to come to your house and kill you.
Just she's the bad guy. Duh.
What was your least favorite part of the movie, Joey?
I don't know. I feel like she could have ran the secret underground business thing she was doing with the Red Panda a little better. She could have ran that a little bit better.
Yeah. Tell me about the problems with her business model.
She only really used her friends as free labor force. You know, I feel like she could have like spread that out a bit more, recruited more kids, and like she could have paid the kids with like free panda time. You know.
That's true. I think that's actually people keep saying that the this movie is about like puberty and all those kinds of things. I think it actually might be about child labor laws and the lack of them in certain countries throughout history. May as a factory worker, I think that's what's a metaphor.
You know, this movie's based in Canada, right?
Canada had child. I'm sure they did something bad to a child.
To expand on like what I didn't like though, is how come no one like really like the teachers didn't question the whole hair change? Like her hair went from black to like red, like
right,
overnight, and no one questioned it.
Are you allowed to dye your hair in 2002 in a public school? Because I kind of don't think you are.
Well, I went to a K-8 public school, and they didn't allow like uniquely dyed colored hair.
It's technically a natural color.
Technically, but it's just like I feel like they're like parents, like teachers should have asked like, hey, like should have said something about it.
Right.
At least they could have showed us like a teacher saying, hey, you dyed your hair. Can you tell us like what made you want to dye your hair? And like, right. And you could have heard her like get nervous and get like really confused about why she dyed her hair.
I think if I was a teacher, I would be more concerned about the fact that a child's mother tried to break into my classroom. A pink smoke bomb went off, disorientating us all, and then the child disappeared without the mother. I think I'd be more curious about that.
That also was like, that seems like as a teacher you probably should be more concerned about that.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe like schools in 2002 in Canada were different than schools in 20.
You know what I thought a lot is the why is the government not hunting May down? Like they're very out in the open with that panda.
Yeah, there was a giant like a kaiju attack.
The kaiju did attack.
Like in this movie, and like the government got zero involvement in it.
Right. No.
And they're just chopping up like, oh, we call it growing pains. I'm like, really?
If a giant red panda tries to rip the roof off of the Superdome, that panda's getting shot in the face with a missile. Like, here comes Canada.
For sure. Like that seems like a really major plot like hole.
Do we not have Mounties here? Like that's their whole thing. I don't know.
Just that I didn't like really like. I'm glad you pointed that out because government should have been involved in that a bit.
Do you think Canada has their own version of the CIA, like some creepy shadow government that like kidnaps people and pumps them full of LSD until they go crazy? Like if that happened in America, CIA's like, oh, May disappeared. Sorry. You know what I mean? Does Canada have that?
Nah, they're way too nice for people to do that. I mean, it was 2002. They don't really do that as much.
Question mark? Joey, would you like to do a segment?
Yeah. Let me sit at the edge of my chair and look deep.
Everybody's favorite segment in this first episode of our show. It's called Will Reads Joey a Bad Review, and then Joey says words that are in reaction to the bad review that Will has just read.
Or we'll make a better title for that.
Or this acronym.
Man, that's a really good acronym.
1 star from Snitmigzigzid. It's a bunch of letters. It looks like they had a stroke on their keyboard. March 20th, 2022. One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
Before you say, they don't get it. This film isn't that deep, so don't kid yourself. Mm-hmm. Plot is predictable and full of Asian stereotypes. My kids thought it was okay, but they quickly moved back to Encanto. They usually don't want to watch every movie 1,000 times, and neither of them has asked to rewatch this yet. Honestly, this is kind of a mix between Freaky Friday and Teen Wolf. Sick of giving filmmakers a pass, original content has disappeared from Disney and Pixar. Even some of the jokes are stolen from other films. This sucked.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a terrible review.
That's a terrible review. Your review. What is your starred review of my review that I've just read to you from Smith?
I'd give Smith the Dig half a star.
Half a star. He gave Turning Red 1 star, so you're giving him less than what he gave Turning Red.
So
brutal.
Well, okay, so he speaks on the Asian stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
The whole movie was written and directed like by a Chinese Canadian lady. And it was more based around her life, like
mm-hmm.
as a kid growing up. So it may seem like a stereotype,
mm-hmm.
but it's not racist in any sense. It does play on stereotypes, but the stereotypes do have some root in truth.
Do you think this person thinks that all Chinese people turn into magic red pandas when they get to the age of puberty?
That I don't want to assume.
Okay.
I
don't want to think negatively of...
Now, I understand, like, first of all, you can't... This is no match for Encanto.
Yeah, Encanto's much worse.
What?
Listen, Encanto's not a good guy.
I loved Encanto, bro. We don't talk about Bruno. Anyway, that's not
the only good part of the movie.
Okay, anyway, let's not get sidetracked and talk about another movie during Turning Red. So, to compare Encanto to Turning Red isn't fair to Turning Red. Encanto was like one of the few Disney movies that was actually released in theaters last year. And so, of course, it's going to be more popular by the kids. It had way more, and it was a sing-along. It was a sing-along. Like, I'm pretty sure as soon as I say we don't talk about Bruno, a lot of people are going to start thinking about the song in their head right now.
Do you think that Disney hates Pixar?
Oh, most for sure.
They've released the last 3 of these on Disney Plus.
Was it Enchanted? No. Onward. Turning Red.
Luca, which is the best at all these. And
Luca was good.
Luca's so good, dude.
Yeah, all they released, and which sucks for Pixar. They're not making as much money because of it. But
everyone, you can go watch Turning Red. Instead, go watch Luca.
Go watch Luca. Yeah. Go watch the movie that's the older of the 3.
Yeah, watch it again.
Front.
Can we get this movie remade with the horrifying Pixar humans they used to have? Like Sid and Andy from that first movie. And they're just like, well, I'm a human being.
Well, I don't know if you've ever I saw a video about this. That the little kids that are at Andy's birthday party, they're all Andy just recolored.
That's so funny.
Because they the animators were so late, didn't want to draw individual characters that are just side characters that aren't going to be really important.
And now they have a giant red panda with 800 follicles of hair.
Yeah, who likes to gyrate.
And cut.
Alright guys, well that was the worst movie review channel on the internet. Please like and subscribe. And comment down what movie that you'd like us to do next. But we might not do it. Well, we might do it. We probably might not do it though. But we might do it.